Right, this is a quick walk around video for a Honda Cr-V. It's a 2-litre EX automatic. You can see here 2008 model on an 08. We bought the car for 69,000. It's literally just turned over 70 now actually. I'll get the exact mileage in a second for you, but the car's in very nice condition. Finished in black, as you can see, full matching black leather interior. Come to the front of the car first, try and get my shadow out of the way. Bottom of the car, generally very good for the age, 10-year-old car. To have so few stone chips is very good indeed. I come down the near side first, and it is pretty much mirror smooth in the panels there. Can't see any obvious, in fact any indentations at all. Front wing, very clean. Front near side alloy, which is one that takes all the damage, has none at all. It's absolutely unmarked. And the panels down here are absolutely fantastic. Bear in mind the camera will not pick up on every little tiny mark on a car. Try and pick up on as much as I can, but we do positively encourage people to come see these cars. Rear near side alloy, again absolutely unmarked. And just to come down, angle again, you can see just how clean the panel work is there. Around the back of the car, to continue the theme, all very clean and tidy. Side of the vehicle, as with the near side, very smooth in the panels. Come down to the rear wing and rear offside alloy. Offside alloy again completely unmarked. The panel work down here is very nice. Odd, as with the other side, the odd very light brush mark, which the lightest the T-cuts would get rid of. For a car of this age, it really is remarkably good, and in this colour. And then the final alloy, as with all the others, absolutely unmarked. So externally, looking at the car, it's in absolutely wonderful condition. So parked in the shade now, so the sunlight doesn't cast too many shadows. The rear complement of equipment, or all full complement of equipment, is here in the back. You've got the tonneau cover, the blind there goes back, and then you've got this middle shelf as well. Which basically you can hide things underneath. You can take these out, by the way, just lift out, or very cleverly, under recess, this section here, exactly the same shape as this here. So you just pop them down. But a little tip: turn them upside down if you're going to do it. It saves the fabric getting damaged underneath or on top. Coming to the back of the car now, you can see just why these are loved for family use. The amount of rear leg room is amazing. And bear in mind, I'm not cheating. The front seat there is in exactly the right position for me to drive the car, and I'm 6 foot tall, so that's a huge amount of leg room. Rear seats, multi adjustments on the forward and back, and on the backrest angle, and the leather work is in absolutely beautiful condition back here. Coming to the front now, again all in very good condition. Footwell area is all lovely and clean. The seats, to all intents and purposes, look almost as new. They're amazing condition. Finally, just come to the front door card. Again, all very clean. Just the odd bit of wear on the driver's door card, which you always get from some little sort of rings and bracelets, but minuscule by comparison to some. And the driver's seat, as I said, just looks in amazing condition. Obviously electrically adjustable. Both these front seats are heated as well. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through this section, so you can see the dashboard illuminated. A wonderful dashboard in very good condition. You can see there, sat nav working absolutely perfectly. Pop the car into reverse. That lovely clear rear parking camera, which is backed up, excuse the pun, by the parking sensors front and rear. Dual zone climate control system, obviously automatic gearbox lever, and then all the stowage area has been kept absolutely beautifully. Heated seats. 2 settings on there, and then I come across to the main dashboard. Just pan in there for you. Hopefully you can see it's just turned 70,000 at 43 miles now. Engine's running quite clearly. No warning lights on the dashboard at all. Multifunction steering wheel, auto lights, auto wipers, and it's all in very nice condition. Just to quickly show you, we do have the original owner's manual pack with navigation system manual as well, and very importantly, lock and wheel nut key is here and present with the car. So finally, just to come onto this wonderfully presented engine bay by Honda, fantastically tough engines, more of which in the following road test video. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Cr-V 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered WV08TLX, and mileage at the start of the road test is now 70,037 miles. It was on just about 69,000 and something when we bought it. It's just crept over that on delivery. Purpose of the road test is very simply, we just want prospective buyers who are interested in the cars that we're selling to actually see them in operation. That way, if there's any issues on them, fundamental issues which you'd pick up immediately on test drive, then we can relay them back to you straight away to either save you a trip or just to make you aware of any issues there might be. It's also done on these very quiet country roads in South Gloucestershire, very close to our premises. We are literally just a few minutes from the M5 and the M4 actually as well. So it makes it very easy for customers to find us, but also it means that test drives are on very quiet roads rather than kind of inner city roads where it's quite traumatic to say the least. So come to the car itself. Engine is typical of the breed. It's a wonderful engine, very sweet revving, pulls beautifully through the rev range, starts absolutely immediately, settles to completely smooth, even idle, but it's just its willingness to pull you along. It's just a great engine. They've got a reputation, and quite deservedly so, for being, without doubt, the most reliable engine in its class, and one of the longest lasting as well, because they last hundreds of thousands of miles. Cam chain driven, as all engines should be in my opinion, and there's no scheduled change for the cam belts on these cars at all. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, so all in good order there. There's no warning lights in the car relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle for that matter, so nothing to concern yourselves with. Engine then feeds through into the Honda automatic gearbox, which is a lovely gearbox as always from Honda, very smooth shifting, perfectly judged ratios for the car itself. They've done a very nice job on it. Having said that, even as tough as they are, you should still check for the obvious things on autos. Pop them into a neutral, select drive or reverse rather, and just see if there's any sort of thuds or delays in engagement when getting the gears. On top of which, obviously check for sort of nice smooth gear changes. This one's exactly as it should be. We don't really have any issues with the Honda automatics. We sold loads of them and we've never touched one, so they are incredibly tough. Steering of the car, which is of a generation that I absolutely love because it's proper power steering. It's hydraulic, which means it's got a bit of weight to it. It makes the car feel nice and solid on the road. I can't feel any kind of looseness in it at all. It feels tight and taut. Track's dead straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel of the vehicle at all. This or any other speed up to the legal limit, so it's set it all exactly as it should be, but it's just got a real nice weight. It makes the car feel solid on the road, which I really love. Chassis equally beautifully judged by Honda. They've worked out very quickly, of course, that these cars are predominantly family cars and not a sports car, so they've blessed it with a chassis that is very controlled, very well damped, gives a very comfortable ride, but doesn't lollop about through the corners, which so many of this type can do because they're with a higher centre of gravity. But these are just brilliant cars. The reason for that is they don't want people in the back to get car sick, and also to give the driver some kind of control of the vehicle, which is always a good idea. But this is a perfect example of one. There's no strange noises or clonks coming from underneath the vehicle at all, so all in fine fettle. Also got to brake hard for this corner, just to check the brakes out. Yeah, it's a really good brake pedal, because what I'm looking for on the brake pedal is just basically any signs of any kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back from underneath the vehicle, which would suggest sort of brake disc wear, in all honesty. But there's nothing on this. It brakes beautifully, and it pulls the car down nice and straight and true as well. cruise control function works exactly as it should. Sat nav, air conditioning, heated seats, all functioning beautifully. Inside the car, it's in very good condition. Obviously it's not a new car, so it's not absolutely perfect, but it's very good for this type of vehicle. But they're just a joyful place to sit and operate from. You've got a lovely driving position, brilliant visibility. Dashboard itself is simplicity itself, so technophobes like me love them because they're just, you've got switches and buttons to do your air conditioning, sat nav, you press the button to find your menu, and then it's all touch screen, so it's really, really simple. And obviously that pops into the cameras, you know, from the walk around video. Instrument gauges in front, typical of the breed, really, really, really simple, legible dials, they really are. All the information, all the pixelation working exactly as they should as well, by the way. What I love about the interiors of these cars is that, you know, the switch gears are of very high quality. It's got a lovely kind of click action to all the switches, which is a sign of very, very good manufacture. As you probably already know, of course, these are four-wheel drive vehicles, although Honda worked out very quickly that the vast majority of people would do what I'm doing today, just driving along in nice conditions on perfectly good roads. So why have a permanent four-wheel drive system whirring away, putting mechanical wear and tear on the vehicle, chewing up tyres and using your fuel? These cars have no switch, you don't press it, you don't do anything, it does it all for you. It's so simple, it's brilliant. Basically, if the front wheels, because it's front wheel drive 99% of the time, if they start to spin, you know, on a bit of snow or ice or across a muddy field, utterly smoothly, the rear wheels will come into action as well. The car will do it for you, and it's a bit like someone giving you a push in the back. It's absolutely brilliant. And I've had countless numbers of CR-Vs, and I've used them for towing caravans. I've got some pretty soggy pictures, and I've never gone close to getting stuck with one. It's a brilliant system, and the simplicity of it means they are incredibly reliable. We've never touched a four-wheel drive system on one of these cars. Absolutely brilliant. As I said at the start of the video, the point of the video is to pick up on any issues, no matter how small they might be. But in all honesty, there's nothing on this car to report back. The drive of the car is absolutely wonderful, and you know, having had so many, you know, I'd know if there wasn't something quite right. But it just drives beautifully solid and really, you know, wear-free. That's the kind of sensation you get from the car. You know, the build quality is astonishing. There's no squeaks, rattles, nothing from the inside of the car. It's a, you know, very, very high quality vehicle, which is why they're so sought after on the second-hand market. Having said that, if I've missed something on the video, then, you know, as always, don't hesitate, do give us a call, and we'll happily answer any questions you might have about this car.